What's good, you guys? It's Kay and welcome back to another video. So for today's video, I felt it on my heart to honestly put the girls on. I am never one to gatekeep, okay? I'm gonna spill all the beans about anything that I have going on that I know that is working for me, especially in this lane, okay? So today, as you can tell by the title, I am going to be giving you everything that I know about landing brand deals, sponsorships, etc. Okay, we are gonna dig into it today and we're gonna go deep. Okay, we're gonna go deep, and I guarantee you after you watch this video, you're going to land your first paid brand deal, paid sponsorship, or gifted PR package. Okay, you're gonna land your first deal if you haven't already, and if you already have, you're gonna land even more. Okay, just following these steps. I know it's a big claim, but I have full confidence in this method that I've created for myself because it's literally worked time and time again, and I definitely want to share it with you guys so that you guys can do it too, because these brands are paying, these brands are shipping things out, these brands are giving their products away for free, so why not get to a bag? Okay, why not get to it together? There's plenty to go around. So before we get into today's video, if you are new here, my name is Kay. Welcome, girl. Welcome. Don't forget to subscribe, leave a like, leave a comment. If you do like these types of videos, let me know, y'all, because I love talking about this stuff. Okay, I love talking about this because, again, when I was just starting and when I was trying to find like different like ways and methods to, you know, actually getting paid sponsorships or even gifted sponsorships, just brand partnerships at all, like I was having so much trouble, and a lot of things were kind of gate kept until, like, you know, TikTok really started popping and the girls would, you know, give what they do on TikTok. But even then, like, a lot of people gatekeep, a lot of people, you know, sell things in their courses, which there's absolutely nothing wrong with. But for me, I want to give it to you guys for free just because why not? Like, you know, on this page we look out for each other. Okay, so that's what we gonna do. So let's get into the formula, the recipe, the blueprint, if you will, that I have created for myself and that I know is proven to work for anyone. So first things first, I'm just gonna start off with saying this. I don't personally like saying that I am a micro influencer, hence why I put micro influencer in quotations, because I don't even like claiming that, okay? I'm a big and firm believer in speaking what you want into existence and really just stepping into who it is that you want to become. So for me, I am a budding influencer, or growing influencer, growing content creator, whatever you want to say. I claim over myself that I'm a thriving, prosperous, abundant content creator. Okay, so, you know, whatever you want to claim over yourself, definitely feel free. There's nothing wrong with saying micro influencer if that's what it is right now, and that's again why I put it in the title, just because it is what it is. But at the end of the day, I truly just believe that you shouldn't really like fully claim and fully believe that about yourself, or it's just going to be something that continues to persist, if that makes sense. So if you say and you're constantly speaking that you're a micro influencer, you're believing you're a micro influencer, you're believing that you know, kind of limits you in some way, you're already putting yourself 10 steps back. Okay, so, you know, you can be where you are now and understand where you are now and understand the things that you have to do because of where you are now. That is completely fine, and that's exactly what I'm going to be kind of like telling you guys the steps to do in this video. But you got to believe that you are who you say you are. You got to believe that you are a thriving, prosperous, abundant it girl. Okay, just for lack of better words, it girl, content creator. Like, you do this. Okay, I just wanted to kind of put that disclaimer out there. We don't claim micro influencer around here, and you shouldn't either. Okay, you are a influencer, you are a content creator that deserves respect, and that takes their craft serious, and that's all that matters. Okay, I will say as well, I currently at this very moment do not have management or a manager or anything like that. So everything that I do, every partnership that I have is basically just me getting it on my own, getting it out the mud. Okay, just want to put that out there too. If you're not being represented yet, it's completely fine, it's completely normal. There is still plenty of opportunity out there for you, girl. You just got to go out and create it. Okay, so these are tips for my people who are either just getting started, you're looking to start into content creation, or you've been doing it for quite some time and you're wondering why you're not getting brand deals, partnerships, PR packages, etc. This is going to show you how to do it. So the way that I'm just going to structure these tips, essentially, number one, I'm going to be starting by really talking about the inner work that it takes to land sponsorships, deals, even getting PR, getting brands to notice you in any way. I want to start there because honestly, it really does start from within. Like all things in life, it starts from within. Okay, so I would be doing you a disservice if I didn't mention the inner work that it takes to get there, because that's your foundation. That's where it all starts. Okay, so the first thing that I want to touch on is understanding your intentions. This is so crucial. This is literally so crucial in just your entire journey as a content creator, but definitely when it comes to landing sponsorships, brand deals, the whole nine. And what I mean by this is really understanding why it is that you want to land sponsorships and brand deals and get PR in the first place. Why are you even pursuing the career of being a content creator? What are your intentions? Are your intentions just simply to be able to do nothing and get paid? Are your intentions just simply to live the lifestyle that you seek without, wanting or also having the desire to create, to actually create and to actually put forth effort? Right? So you really have to ask yourself these questions like, what am I really doing this for? Is it for the money? And I know it sounds cliche and I know it sounds like wah, 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 when people say, you should not do it for the money, or you shouldn't get into content creating for the money. And I used to hear that too, and I used to be like, girl, of course I'm doing it for the money. Okay, if you're feeling like that, trust me, I understand wholeheartedly, because when I used to hear that, I used to be like, but the money good. But I digress. That cannot be the sole reason why you decide to pursue a career as a content creator. It's not sustainable. And the journey of really, landing big paid sponsorships and brand deals is a long journey. It's a marathon. It's not a race. It's a marathon. And if money is your only motive, you will literally crumble under the pressure and under the amount of work and time that it takes to really perfect your craft. Okay, so really sit with yourself, take a journal, take some time, take some deep breaths. Ask yourself, why do I want to do this? What is it that's driving me to do this? Okay, the reason why I do what I do and why I'm pursuing this career is because I love putting out good, entertaining, but also inspiring, impactful content out there into the world. I love putting myself out there, putting my life out there, because I love when I'm able to connect with people from all over the world. I love this space. I love being able to document my life and work with brands that want to be a part of that, like be a part of my world, be a part of my life, and have me incorporate their brand into my life. Like, I love putting out content. Okay, I love creating the content. Like, for me, I've always been someone who genuinely enjoys editing, and I know that that is a part of content creating that a lot of people don't see, a lot of people don't talk about. Like, that is like something that's like the elephant in the room, is the editing part of content creation. The filming is always fun, right? Getting dressed up, getting dolled up, filming, doing what you do, that's cool. But when it comes to editing, most people are like, that's where it gets hard. Okay, but for me personally, I love editing. I love when I'm able to see my vision that I had in my head come to life, when I'm able to put things together and kind of like I don't know, for me, I've always loved editing. It's always been one of those things where I just like genuinely enjoy it. So really find what is going to bring you joy on this journey. And if you can't find anything, if you can't find a real why as to why you're doing it in the first place, you might as well not do it. I'm gonna just be real. You just might as well not do it, because again, this is something that is a marathon. It's definitely going to take time. It's definitely gonna take crafting. It's gonna take you putting in the work. It's gonna take the grind, okay? But it's well worth it. Again, if it's something that you know that you truly do have a passion for, hone in on that why, think about it. Again, understanding your intentions, understanding your expectations of the entire industry, understanding your expectations within yourself, understanding your mindset, the mindset that you wake up with every single day when you're creating content. Is it, oh, like I have to make this video so that I can land brand deals and sponsorships? Or is it, oh, like I'm doing something cool today, I get to make a video, I want to document this for myself, and I want to, you know, put it out there for an audience or my audience to be able to see what it is that I'm doing, right? So what is your mindset? What is your work ethic? What are your expectations on the amount of work and time that you're willing to put into this? Okay, so really managing and understanding your intentions is honestly the first step for me. That is your foundation. That is literally where everything is going to stem up from. Think of your career. We'll continue to say your career as a content creator as a tree, okay? A tree of life. And your intentions are the roots of that tree. They are where everything begins, okay? The second thing that I want to touch on is consistency. This honestly flows perfectly from my last point, because consistency is going to be key when you're looking to land sponsorships, brand deals, paid, free, gifted, PR, doesn't matter. Brands are going to be looking for consistency with you just simply posting. I mean, I know that this one sounds like literal common knowledge, but you wouldn't believe how many people literally say, I want to be a content creator, I want to be able to get brand deals, I want to be able to get PR sponsorships, but they don't post. There's not much we can do if you're not consistent, okay? And again, this is another internal thing. Like, I genuinely feel like consistency does start from within. So I want to give you guys a few tips on how to stay consistent. I like to break it down into even smaller bite-sized steps, because I'm the type of person that I need things broken down to me, okay? I can't just hear be consistent. I need to hear how, sis. How are you waking up every single day and filming this content, okay? How? Especially when you are a budding, growing influencer or micro influencer, your consistency has to be on point. And this is something that, you know, I struggled with for quite some time on my journey. And really, I'm just getting into the groove of really being super consistent and putting out content consistently. Like, that is the name of the game, especially, you know, if you are starting off and you don't have thousands and thousands of followers yet. Consistency is what brands are going to be looking for, okay? We live in an era now, 2023, where brands don't just care about the amount of followers that you have. Now they look a little bit deeper into actual engagement. They look a little bit deeper into your consistency. They look a little bit deeper into the content that you push out and create. Brands are really paying more attention to micro influencers, if we're being honest, because they're understanding that a lot of times micro influencers have a really connected, authentic, engaged community behind them. And that is something that they are looking for. That is something that they are wanting to attach themselves to and to partner with. So, you know, at the end of the day, I think it's an amazing time to be doing this. But again, consistency is going to be key. Now, here are some ways that I personally use to stay consistent. You can take it, you can leave it, but I definitely want to kind of break these down for you to just like get a good understanding of how to be consistent, because it can be challenging, especially when you're just starting. You might have another job that you do. I'm sure you have things going on in your life, things that could literally just throw you off in a second. Okay, we all do. That is life. But at the end of the day, consistency is the name of the game. So let's break down how to do that. So number one is being authentic. And this goes back to why are you doing this, okay? Because your authenticity when it comes to content creation is everything. Making sure that you're in a lane that you genuinely are passionate about is so important. I honestly can't stress this one enough, because if you're authentic, if you're doing things that you genuinely find joy and passion in, it's gonna be a lot easier to stay consistent than if you're coming on camera, you're talking about things you don't care about, you're doing things you don't care about. Like, it's gonna feel like a chore, it's gonna feel like a job, it's gonna feel like work. But if you're coming on, doing things, using products, talking about things, you're sharing content that is authentic to who you are as a person, it's gonna feel how, honestly, I feel like content creation should feel, which is fun, lighthearted, something that you want to do, feel more like a hobby. And I feel like that's when you really are able to step into that flow state of really just being super attractive and being super magnetic when it comes to the things that you want out of this space, right? When it comes to brands, when it comes to opportunities, when you're authentically in your zone, when you're authentically creating out of who you really are as a person, it literally transfers. It literally transfers onto your audience. It transfers to brands. It's very obvious. As humans, we pick up on energy quick, okay? We pick up on energy quick. And if you're not being authentic, it's gonna show through. So be authentic. Doing this also actually helps you to create habits, okay? You want content creation to become habitual to you, something that is just like second nature, something that you don't have to like think about so deeply. And I feel like the way that you can do this is really just like doing the things that you want to show on camera, like in real life. As long as you're doing it in real life, it should already be a habit to do it. And so it should be pretty seamless, or it kind of can feel more seamless to actually do content when you're already actually doing the things that you want to create content about, if that makes sense. I really don't know how to say that in a better way, but for lack of better words, that's what we're gonna kind of leave it at. Hopefully you guys can understand what I'm saying with that. Really incorporating making content and creating content to be a part of your lifestyle. I feel like that's like the main thing that you can really do to help with consistency, is to, you know, be authentic, choose a niche or multiple niches, because we live in a world now where you don't have to have just like one niche. You can be a lifestyle creator, you can do beauty and lifestyle and, you know, whatever, but choosing a niche that is authentic to you and making content around things that you're already doing in your life. And if you want to create content around things that you aren't doing in your life, start doing them first. Create that habit first, and then it should be nothing to just like put the camera while you're doing the things that you were already going to do, if that makes sense. So for example, if you want to be a gym content creator, okay, well, first step is creating consistent habits in the gym, right? If I'm constantly showing up for the gym every day, it should be nothing to just bring my camera down one day and just film what I'm already doing. Does that make sense? Hopefully it does, because that point is like really, really big, okay? The last thing on staying consistent is to stay inspired. Finding your inspiration on a daily basis is so important, and not over consuming, but also not under consuming. For a long time, I noticed that I wasn't consuming enough content that was aligned with the content that I wanted to create. Okay, so I would call this intentional consuming, not just scrolling aimlessly on social media, waiting for your algorithm to tell you what to watch. Going out of your way and finding content that is similar to the content that you would like to create, or finding creators, finding pages that post content that's similar to the content that you want to create, and watching that content. Like, even if it's on YouTube and, you know, you're watching a video like this, or you're watching like a confidence video, or you're watching a vlog and you want to create that type of content, watching someone who's doing it is going to inspire you to get on your shit. Like, that's going to inspire you to get in your bag. But if you're just scrolling all day on social media, over consuming content that really has nothing to do with you or what you want to do in the content creation space, then yeah, it's gonna drain you. It's not really gonna be inspiring. I feel like social media is something that can be a great tool, or it's something that can be a great distraction. So using and utilizing your social media as a source of inspiration, and not looking at other influencers or individuals individuals that do content as competition or out of jealousy or envy or anger, but really looking to them and saying, wow, like, I know that they're just a normal person just as me. I know that they were where I am right now, like literally looking at them as human beings as they are, and understanding that they went on this journey to get to where they are, and just taking their content and being inspired by it, being genuinely happy that they're able to live the life that they're able to live, and knowing that you're growing to that point as well. Okay, so now let's jump into how you're actually going to start landing brand deals, sponsorships, PR packages, the whole 9 yards. Let's jump into the physical of it all. So now it's time to pitch yourself. Get into the habit of pitching yourself to multiple brands each and every single day. This is something that will truly change the game for you, as it's definitely changed the game for me. And I know that, you know, before I used to hear people say like pitch yourself, but I didn't know where to start. I didn't know what to do. So I want to kind of break this one down for you guys as well. So when you're thinking about pitching yourself, I feel like a really good analogy, and honestly really what it is you are applying, or you're you're putting in your application for a job. I really have to say this, okay? Content creation is still a job. Like, I know it feels like it's not. I know it feels like it's really not a job. It feels super fun. It feels unreal, the amount of opportunities and, you know, just things that you can do and the freedom that content creation does create. But at the end of the day, content creation is still a job. And when you're pitching yourself to brands, essentially the way that I look at it is you're applying yourself, you are presenting yourself, you are asserting yourself, and you are again applying for a job that you want. So let's talk about the components that kind of go into that. The first step to pitching yourself is to have a media kit. And I used to hear this word being thrown around so much, media kit this, media kit that, and I had no idea what the hell a media kit freaking was. So basically what a media kit is, you can think of it as your resume as an influencer as you're pitching yourself to these jobs or brands. I look at your media kit as your resume because essentially that's exactly what it is. You are explicitly listing out what you can do, what you have done, and also what you could do for that brand, and also what your track record is, what your engagement looks like. So your media kit is definitely something that, especially these days, is so easy for you to be able to find and create one of your own. You can definitely just go on Canva and literally type in a media kit template and tons of templates will come up. Use one of those. I would recommend using a one-page media kit where you're only having one page. Same thing as having a one-page resume. It's just better, a lot less for the brand to look at, because at the end of the day, PR, the influencer marketing, like these teams are ran by real humans. Nobody just wants to sit there and just read an essay, okay? So try to keep it to one page. Find a one-page template that is super clean, not really doing too much, but also, you know, gives all the information that a brand would need to see in order to, you know, see if they would want to work with you or not. I personally have links to previous posts that did really well on my media kit. I also include my rates on my media kit because I feel like shoot your shot, you know, even if the brand comes back and says they're not open or willing to do a paid collaboration with you, at least you gave them your rates on, you know, what you normally charge, and you guys can kind of negotiate that from there. I do include my rates on my media kit. Some people don't agree with that. I personally just do it. Once you have your media kit down, now it's time to craft up your pitching email, okay? So for your pitch email, I'll actually put an example of what my pitch email looks like on the screen for you guys to go ahead and look at. I would recommend keeping it super short and sweet, very simple and straight to the point, but also making sure that, you know, essentially you are selling yourself on what you can provide to that brand. So this goes back to intentions, right? Make sure that your intentions as you are reaching out to brands isn't just what the brand can do for me, but switch your mindset to be more of a giver's mindset than a receiver's mindset, because when you have and you move with a giver's mindset, receiving is going to be a second nature effect that comes out of it, okay? You want to approach these emails with the mindset of, I know that I can bring and drive exposure to whatever brand it is that you're going to pitch yourself to, and I want to, you know, let them see how much value I have within my content, within my work, and I know that I can help this brand continue to grow and to flourish. I promise you, when you move with that mindset, nothing but good can come back your way. It might not be immediate right there on the spot, but at the end of the day, nothing that you're doing is going in vain. You are planting seeds. This is why, again, it is important that this is a part of your daily routine where you're reaching out to several different brands, because I promise you, some of them are going to respond to you, if not all of them. For the most part, I've seen that most brands actually do respond, whether it's with, sorry, we're not interested, we are open to doing a gifted collab, or etc, etc. Brands are going to more than likely respond at some point. And again, even if it doesn't result in a paid sponsorship at the very moment, you are planting the seed and you are starting a budding relationship with the brand. So that is definitely still very, very valuable and very worth your time, in my opinion. Another thing that you can do to create your email, and what I kind of did to create mine, is I utilized AI. So I don't know if you guys have heard, but if you haven't heard of ChatGPT yet, you're living under a rock, quite frankly. If you don't use ChatGPT yet, you are living under a rock. Please use ChatGPT. It is literally a gold mine in terms of just rephrasing and reorganizing your thoughts in a way that you can kind of manipulate it to create for you. So for example, you could literally like write an entire email, a pitch email yourself, and literally copy that, type into ChatGPT, say, revise this, make it more warm, make it more inviting, make it more convincing, make it more intriguing. You can literally tell ChatGPT to make it more of whatever you feel like it's lacking, and it will take what you've already wrote, and you know, again, that is your own words, and it will just literally make it better. So I highly advise using ChatGPT to craft up an email that, again, isn't too long and, you know, drawn out, but does give a good description on what you can provide in terms of deliverables, gives a good description of your value, also includes some links to some videos that did well that are related to that specific brand. You just want an overall good, short, sweet, also informative and convincing email that you have for each specific niche. Okay, so what I mean by this is that I personally utilize templates in Google Mail, so Gmail. I personally utilize the hell out of those templates. Okay, so I have a template for fashion brands, I have a template for beauty brands, I have a template for skincare brands, I have a template for home and wellness brands, I have a template for more family brands, I have a template for hotels, I have a template for Airbnbs. So I have a template for every different type of niche that I want to tap into, but I only do this just simply so that it saves me a lot of time in, you know, writing things that would be redundant. But you do want to personalize each and every single email to that specific brand. So you always want to personalize, even if you do utilize templates. I personally just use them because, again, I do have my reels that I kind of tag in there, and it just is a lot to just continue to copy and paste the same exact ones. I may update it here and there and add new ones that I've created or that have done well, but all in all, I do, you know, make sure that I customize each email to each specific brand, you know, kind of detailing what I actually like about that brand or why I want to work with them specifically. Because again, you don't want something that's super cookie cutter, copy paste, like brands can tell that too. So you definitely want to be very personable to them and, you know, showing them why you want to work with them specifically. Now, the next thing about pitching yourself that you really want to be aware of is how to find like emails of the brands that will actually go to the right person. So when you're looking for brands emails, this was something that was like so like, for me, I was like, I have no idea how to do this, but it's actually quite simple. All you need to really do to find a brand's email, a lot of times you can literally just Google like PR for whatever brand, PR email for whatever brand. But a lot of times nowadays brands have their PR email. Like if you scroll all the way to the bottom of their actual website or you go to the contact us section, sometimes they'll even have their PR email in there. So you're going to be looking for either a PR email, a press or media email. Some places even have like influencer emails these days because they already know what's up, and that is who you want to reach out to be able to get seen by the right person. You can even go as far, and I have also gone as far as connecting with brands via LinkedIn, connecting with brands just via social media, making sure that when you're creating content, you are tagging brands. This is literally a great way to build relationship with brands, for them to be already familiar with your name, with your social account. And when they see that email come through, they're like, oh, this is the girl that's been tagging us in all of her story posts for the last month and a half. This is the girl that's been making so many reels about our, or using our products. So you want to already familiarize yourself with the brands as well. So this is a really, really big part of, pitching yourself, because you want to already be a familiar face and a familiar name to that brand, and making sure that you tag them and utilize their products and create content with their specific product or a product like it is very, very important as well. Okay, so last but not least, this tip is definitely something that I think that everybody that's looking to land brand deals, land sponsorships, land PR packages and things like that should be doing, especially if you do not have management at the very moment. That is perfectly fine, because there is such thing as influencer marketing platforms, and influencer marketing platforms are specifically designed to pair content creators with brands, and that is definitely something that I absolutely love about them. I'm gonna give you guys my top ones that I've actually gotten collabs with, and definitely take them, go ahead and go apply to them. There are so many out there, but I definitely just want to share with you guys the ones that I've personally landed deals from, because again, that's what I know. I just want to give you guys what I know. So the first one is Incense. Incense is an influencer marketing platform that actually partners with a lot of brands that do offer paid sponsorships and paid brand deals. So this is honestly where I've gotten majority of my paid deals from. Okay, so Incense is definitely a really, really great place to start. Now they don't have really, really high paying ones at first, but as you do more collaborations, your rates, you'll notice that they will start to go up and kind of get more and more as you progress, because for most of the brands that are on Incense, they don't allow you to just set your own rate. There's kind of a limit to how much that brand basically agreed to pay, which is fine. Again, start off small, taking what they have, for advantage, especially if it's a brand that you do know and love. Definitely, I would say, go for it. Now, I think with Incense, you do have to get approved to be a part of this platform, but it is definitely really, really worth it. Incense is definitely where I've personally gotten the bulk of my paid brand sponsorships. Okay, so do not walk to Incense to go ahead and start with their influencer marketing. The next one that I definitely want to mention to you guys is called Skeepers. Okay, Skeepers is where I actually get a lot of free PR and just free products from in general. Skeepers is more so a gifted collaboration platform, but I will say that Skeepers does partner with some pretty high profile brands and some of the major brands in terms of beauty, hair care, skincare, things like that. So they have a bunch of different products, but they really do work with some high profile brands. And I do think Skeepers is a great way for you to get into the groove of working with brands and also to build really, really great relationships. So I definitely wouldn't take these free gifted collaborations for granted. This is definitely something that can help to start a budding relationship with brands and really just put you on the map with these brands and show them that, hey, like, I am willing to work, I am willing to create content, and my content will convert. So it is a really great way that can just show brands who you are and start building that relationship with them, because there is a way for you to kind of message with them if they do message you through this platform. Who knows, it could turn out to be a paid sponsorship down the road, and you just never know, and it could start on Skeepers. So I really do like this specific influencer platform as well. Now there are a couple of more that I do want to mention. So there's Aspire.io, Shopify Collabs, TikTok Marketplace. Instagram has a marketplace now too. I'm pretty sure with TikToks and Instagrams you have to have a certain amount of followers, but you guys can probably go and see the requirements for those. And then with Aspire.io and also with Shopify Collabs, I have gotten maybe like 1 or 2 from each of those, and I've never really gotten anything from the influencer marketplace on TikTok or Instagram. Really, I've applied to a bunch of things and just never really heard back, so I'm not sure how well any of these platforms really work, but you know, definitely worth looking into. I've definitely applied to a bunch of things on Aspire as well, so it really is just about, you know, getting approved with the brand and, you know, just staying followed up with them. But I did want to mention them because I do use them from time to time. They're just not really my bread and butter, but hey, they might really work for you, so definitely worth mentioning those as well. So with that being said, you guys, we are gonna go ahead and wrap up today's video. Hopefully you did get something from this video that you can take and apply. That is genuinely what I hope, is that from this video you're gonna be able to apply some of these tips and start landing paid sponsorships, free gifted collabs. I want you to start landing some deals, get yourself out there and start making money from your content, and to be prosperous with this entire journey, be prosperous with, you know, being a content creator. That is really what I hope to see from this video. So if this did help you in any way, definitely go ahead and be sure to leave me a comment down below. And if you do decide to apply some of these tips, definitely leave me a comment in the comment section when you land your first deal. And with that being said, you guys, hopefully you guys did enjoy this video. If you did, be sure to subscribe down below, leave a like, leave a comment, show some love, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.